Janine from Sigma. We are here with Luke Todd, the CEO, executive coach, and trainer of MadeYou. Luke, thank you so much for being with us and having a conversation with us today.
You're very welcome.
Amazing. Let's dive right in, shall we?
Brilliant.
So, obviously, iGaming industry is a very fast-paced and a competitive sector. How can operators and B2B providers strengthen leadership and management skills to stay ahead of other iGaming industries or iGaming companies?
I think the iGaming industry is obviously it's facilitated by massive growth. And one of the key things that we're noticing with the clients that we work with is people are being promoted into management roles and leadership roles
Okay.
very quickly and not building up that tenure. So I think one of the key things that if you want to stand out and really invest in those people is to really invest in their training, their knowledge base, mentoring as well, because they're not getting access to all of that knowledge that you would naturally
Definitely.
get through training.
Education is always a very big key factor, I think.
And there's so many different types of learning. I mean, even we've got AI now, so
Yeah.
it's about how to facilitate what is being said on AI. That's actually going to work in practice rather than just taking the knowledge from AI and giving it out there. So mentoring, I think, is becoming increasingly important.
Wow, amazing. And what role do you think people development and workplace culture play in enhancing the employer branding within the iGaming industry, but also, talent retention, which is a very big issue at the moment within iGaming?
Yeah, I think one of the fundamentals is this industry, a lot of people will go into certain companies and then they'll pivot to another company and then they'll pivot to another company.
Yep.
And there's a lot of job swapping going on until they find the place that really suits them.
Definitely.
And I think when a company can really invest in its people development and its culture and behind the scenes, truly its
It makes
employer
a big
branding,
difference.
then we're kind of giving a lot of information up front that allows these people to not have to jump from job to job to job to find their place,
Yeah.
but automatically seeing where they're most aligned to and going directly to that place as well. And I think if we can get employer branding and culture correctly in that company for that company, then it means they're much more likely to not just attract the right people, but also retain them as well. So
Wow.
understanding what the culture is, understanding what the employer branding is and the value proposition that supports that, and then continuously investing in it as well to keep those people engaged in the culture that they match with the most.
Definitely. I mean, and you're obviously a coach and a trainer. So what do you think within like iGaming industries? What is the most important part of having a coach or a trainer to help ensure leaders maintain alignment within the business goals and employee well-being? I mean, I think it's a very topical question where, I mean, how can we at least keep on growing a company, but also treat our employees well and really have somebody who's guiding us to do so within the right path?
Yeah. I think the training and the coaching aspect is specifically important in all of the things
Yeah.
that you've just said. But if I concentrate mainly on well-being initially,
Mhm.
is well-being is a very subjective matter. So
Definitely.
what's well-being for me might not be well-being for somebody else. And it's really about finding that balance that gives that person that sense of, I'm okay. So I might be under pressure, but I'm not feeling the stress from it. Things are going a little bit quicker, but I'm not being overwhelmed by it. I don't feel like I'm drowning. But that means different things for different people.
Mhm.
And working with a coach, what I find when I work with people is I can really understand where the balance is off. So it
Okay.
might be a professional balance. So I'm not delegating correctly. I'm taking on a lot of things because I'm progressing quickly in my career and I haven't really developed the ability to delegate and empower the people below me, even though I'm managing managers. So that might be where my kind of issue is because I'm overwhelmed because I'm holding on to it. I
Definitely.
might not have adapted into what are the expectations in my role. So I've stepped into a leadership role. I don't know how to do strategy. I'm doing so much operations. I've got this mental blocker and it's frustrating me and really kind of stressing me out. But then there's the other side, which is I just don't have anything going on in my personal life to offset that. We need light and shade. And for some people who are so career motivated, and this is an industry that really taps into those people,
Definitely.
then you might not have the shade of what's going on outside of the professional. And it's okay to be that fast track employee, but you really need to have light and shade in order to offset things. So they might just need to bring some well-being aspects into their personal life so they can see the light and shade. The
Oh, so it
beauty
goes even beyond the iGaming industry.
completely. And I think this industry is we're drawing a lot more focus to it because of the fast pace, because of
Yes.
the demanding,
Yeah.
because of the career progression and the expectations that are there. But I think it's important when these leaders are working with a coach, they find the balance between strategic, operational, and personal well-being, so
Wow.
they get the balance right. But only a coach can delve down to that level of specific for that individual and then help to reset the balance.
Definitely helping them understand what is needed, what is lacking.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Amazing. And what advice would you give an iGaming company that's trying to seek to build maybe stronger feedback culture and more resilient teams in order to drive a sustainable growth within their iGaming company?
I think there's two things for me in regards to facilitating that.
Mhm.
The first one is I'm going to use the word transparency, and it's thrown around a lot.
Okay.
But I think being transparent about what the good, the bad, and the ugly is about the company that we are. So what do we do well? What do we need to work on that we are going to work on, and what just is part of this organization? And then how do we make those things better?
Yeah.
So even things like I've noticed recently, a lot of managers are devaluing one-to-ones. So it's like with so much going on, I'm doing work check-ins, but I'm not doing one-to-ones, and actually bringing that back to see the authenticity and the value in a one-to-one, even those kind of things that are coming into
Okay.
place.
Wow.
And then I also think that'll facilitate growth in this industry is understanding people's strengths, their development areas, and most importantly, their potential. We're putting people on hamster wheels of this kind of go, 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 high energy, high
Definitely.
demanding, but just taking that step back and looking at the individual and going, oh my God, they have potential for something else as well, something greater. And how do I tap into that?
Yeah, recognizing it.
Completely, and playing to their strengths. If they're good at something, they're going to do it, they're going to enjoy it, they're going to do an amazing job at it, and they're going to be efficient at it if they are good at it. So why are we tapping into strengths a lot more, and then understanding where the potential is, and then figuring out with the development areas, why am I giving Luke this piece of work when I know he's going to struggle with it? Why don't I give it to somebody else who would actually really enjoy this piece of work? And how do those two people collaborate better? That not only gives business value for key business metrics, but also has an impact on well-being as well, because you're playing to
100%.
people's strengths. So
And
I
it's
think them are the two things I would ask the iGaming industry to really
amazing.
concentrate on.
And it's very interesting because, as we said before, I mean, iGaming industry is very fast-paced. It's a constant go, like you're saying. It's a constant go, go, go. But within the actual industry, within the actual companies, having more of a slow pace and actually paying attention to the little details so that you can really understand what's happening and how you can tackle it is probably the best way to go, which
Completely,
is
yes.
amazing.
And it doesn't take that much time just to
No.
have those kind of conversations and just sit back.
Definitely.
And you gain that time back by tapping into this. So
Amazing.
definitely.
Thank you so much, Luke. This
You're
has
very
been
welcome.
amazing. This has been Luke Todd at the Sigma Media Lounge.